next guest led Softbank's investment in Coupang, which could lead to a $17 billion return for the Vision Fund. That would represent its biggest win yet, even better than DoorDash a few months ago. With us now exclusively is the Softbank Investment Advisers partner that led the Coupang investment, Lydia Jett. Lydia, good morning, and thank you for being with us.
It's great to be here.
Now, when you led that big round back in 2018, Coupang was only getting started on its massive delivery network, which was really key to its long-term success, why it's pricing where it is today. The Vision Fund strategy of going big, and in that case, $2 billion, more than the total that Coupang had ever raised in its history. How did that change the dynamics for e-commerce in Korea?
Yeah, so when I met Bom and spent 3 days in Seoul with him, I was blown away by the level of customer understanding, the customer centricity of this company, the innovation that was taking place. We can talk about some of that. It was clear to me that this company was doing something radically different from its competition, and the customers were responding. You could see that in the numbers of the company. And so we were able to see, because SoftBank's very core in terms of how we think about investing. We were able to see the long-term opportunity here if we partnered and provided capital to this entrepreneur. And so our understanding was this is capital intensive. It will take a long term to build, but when we do, man, this is hard to replicate. And we believe in this founder and this company, and we wanted to be here for this story.
You know, I wonder if that model holds going forward, because I know that you and I have talked about comparing Coupang to, you know, the quote-unquote Amazon of Korea is too simplistic. It's really grown into more than that. But one thing that it doesn't have that Amazon does, and I think this is key, is a cloud business. Amazon's cloud business is really the profit engine and helps Amazon pay for more ambitious projects, makes it cash flow positive. Coupang, on the other hand, still depends on external money and capital markets. So will there be sort of this high margin profit engine for Coupang that will keep it growing, especially at a time when competition is increasing from some of the big Korean conglomerates?
I love the fact that you pointed out how different the U.S. is from Korea. So, you know, I think to understand Korea and the retail landscape, you need to understand that the retail consumer in Korea doesn't have big box retail. It doesn't have Walmart, doesn't have Target, Home Depot, PetSmart. The U.S. consumer has 11 times more retail landscape and therefore has much more from an assortment perspective, much more advantage from a pricing perspective. And so Coupang sees that need and is stepping into this hole. So, you know, I think when we talk about Coupang, what it is Amazon, but it is Amazon with a UPS attached to it, with DoorDash, with Instacart, with a little dash of Netflix. And that is all integrated on this technology platform with an extreme degree of customer centricity, these concentric circles of customer value. And the customers really see and feel that. You can see that in the numbers of this company. And so that experience, as Bom described on your show earlier today, is being able to place an order at midnight, waking up at 6 a.m., having that order outside your door, having it arrive unpackaged without a box that you have to dispose of, being able to set returns outside your door and have them picked up and immediately credited back to your form of payment. You know, this is extreme from a customer centricity standpoint. And I think this market is evolving very differently from the U.S. And I think we can expect that in the long term, the margin profiles might look different as well.
Now, Lydia, when we look at Coupang, I have to wonder, is an investor investing in South Korean and Korean innovation, or are they investing in the Korean e-commerce economy, which is different, right? So much of what we've seen come out of Korea in recent years has been international in scope and in impact, whether we're talking about music, movies, entertainment, technology, et cetera. But for that $60 billion market cap that it looks like they're going to be approaching, it seems like they need to have global impact, not just local Korean impact, right?
It's a really interesting point. You know, I think this IPO is tremendous validation of the work that Coupang, its 50,000 employees, its CEO have done over the last decade. But I think, you know, more importantly than that, this is a clear statement. It smashes away any concerns that Korea is too small from a consumer market or that the innovation isn't great enough. You know, I think this is a strong statement to the global investor base that Korea is a nation that we need to start paying attention to as investors. So am I concerned about this market being deep enough? I'm not. You know, Coupang has captured a small sliver of it. There is a lot of innovation that we see on the ground as Softbank, and Softbank Vision Fund has a venture advisory business there. We are so excited about Korea, the depth of the market. And I think the reason that many investors missed this company is they didn't understand the depth of this market. It's big, and I am so excited to see what Coupang has done to open up visibility into that.
Well, I'm a big fan of Korea, but I still have questions about the depth of that particular market, because it is so unique. It is so urban, so different when it comes to delivery, density, et cetera. Are you saying that they don't have to go outside Korea, you think, to justify this?
Yeah, so I am sitting in Sun Valley, Idaho today. It takes me 4 days to get a package from Amazon, and I could not be a bigger Amazon user. I'm a proud Amazon user. That is not the case for people who sit in every reach of Seoul, every reach of Korea. So yes, Seoul is big and dense and urban, but Korea itself has far reaches, and Coupang offers, generally speaking, the same service across Korea. So I think this is a petri dish of innovation. I think this company and this management team is strong enough to go international, but there is so much left to do in Korea that's where we'll focus for now.
I think that's interesting, Lydia. I wonder how you're thinking about e-commerce rivalries internationally. I mean, India's been a fascinating test case, and I wonder if you think about the degree to which countries engage in some kind of nationalism trying to champion their own e-commerce giants at the expense of others.
Yeah, so I've been so lucky at Softbank. I lead our e-commerce investments, and I've been involved in investments from Flipkart in India, Coupang obviously in Korea, Tokopedia in Indonesia, Fanatics here in the US. So I've been really watching this e-commerce ecosystem. I think all of these countries and these governments will evolve very differently in terms of how they handle foreign investment. But what I would say is the core to our thesis is that the level of localized innovation that we're seeing is mindful. And I think I am actually publishing a piece in Fast Company later today to talk about the innovation around the world. The idea that innovation is coming from the U.S. in e-commerce, I think, is wrong. And I'm really excited for the world to see the innovation coming out of these places.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.